Saravana Store. Super Home Store. போரூர்ல 50,000 சதுரடியில சூப்பர் சரவணா ஸ்டோர்ஸ்க்கு நேர் எதிரில காட், சோஃபா, டைனிங், இம்போர்ட்டட் ஃபர்னிச்சர், ஃப்ரிட்ஜ், ஏசி, வாஷிங் மெஷின், அழகழகா டெக்கோர் ஐட்டம்ஸ், டிவி, மொபைல்.
சரவணா ஸ்டோர்ஸ் இன் சூப்பர் ஹோம் ஸ்டோர் இப்போது போரூரில்.
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்குது. இந்த ஒரு ரொம்ப ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு நாள் இன்னைக்கு. தட்ஸ் மை டியர் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் மகேஷ் அண்ட் மாலா. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்கணும். இந்த புக் ரிலீஸ் அன்றைக்கி இங்கே வர முடிஞ்சது. ரொம்ப ஐ மீன் திஸ் இஸ் அ வெரி ஸ்பெஷல் landmark for her. I mean, I'm feeling so happy for her. Wishing her the very, very best. The book has got amazing reviews, and that's what is so. That's what makes us so happy. And in fact, it's a coincidence that our family is also part of this occasion, because there is something that I wanted to share. Is our family? That's my great grandfather. For the last 120 years has been dedicated to the service of women's health, and our my mother has been has been practicing for the last so many years, and we specialize in medicines for infertility. So it's quite a coincidence that we are also part of this whole occasion, and we feel really happy, Mahesh, and all the best to you, and wishing you the very best.
Ellorukkum vanakkam. Today is a special day in many ways. First, we had a brilliant young vocalist, Unnikrishnan, who sings so beautifully. And of course, why not? It is in her legacy, her father, such a great musician. Her family is devoted to music. So Uttara, more and more strength to your voice and to you. God bless you. The second, for me as an artist, I was observing what was going on, and I felt so touched that Mala was here, her daughter is here, and feeling so proud about her mother's achievements. And there is Mahesh there, and Mahesh's son there, Mala and Mahesh's son. The whole family rooting for Mala. I know how special that feels. Absolutely, absolutely. So God bless you. Because of course you sing in so many places, but when Sai is sitting right in the front row and he's steering me, it gives a very special feeling. If my daughters are there, it is even more special. So I know what Mala is going through at this moment. This is what families are about. So hats off to the Mahesh family for being so well bonded and supportive of each other. That's the second reason why I feel this is a special evening. The third is what Mala has written about. I have heard the great writer and thinker Maureen Gaffney write and speak about 4 different reasons or purposes that we have as human beings. The first is we want to protect ourselves. We want to protect ourselves and protect what we value. That's the first, she says. The second is we want to bond with people. And we also want to make intimate bonds and make a family. And of course, make children. That's the second very deep motivation for human beings. The third, we always want to keep learning and learning and learning and growing. And the fourth, we want to achieve. We want to receive accolades. We want to receive affirmation and approbation and acclamation from everybody. So these four goals of every human being, Mala has translated into these two characters and brought them together, and within their world, within the home, within the village, or within the city, within Naina's home, how these two women achieve and realize these goals. The context is different. It's not a corporate world or a politician's world. It's the world of women and working women, but their achievements, every little milestone is a step forward in life. It's a self-actualization. And yes, finally, at the cost of sounding a bit sort of feminist, I'm going to say that it takes a woman to know a woman. And Mala, you know women because you have lived it and you write about these women so beautifully. So congratulations, I'm sure, as Rajiv has said, this will, by God's grace, get made into a film and we'll all congregate together to watch that film.
My hearty congratulations to Ms. Mahesh for bringing out this book. We're very thankful for having you here on this happy. Thank you.
Namaskaram. First of all, thank you, Mahesh and Rajiv, for inviting me here. ஜனங்களை பார்க்கறதுக்கே சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. கோவிடுக்கு அப்புறம் அது தெரிஞ்சவங்க வச்சிங்களா ஸ்டேஜில் இவ்வளோ பேர் ஜாமாவும் லைக் மெடிக்கல் ஃபீல்ட்லேயும் ஃபிலிம்லேயும் சிங்கிங்லேயும் எல்லாம் கிரேட் ஆர்டிஸ்ட் இருக்காங்க. என்ன பேச சொன்னாங்க, மியூசிஷியனுக்கு வந்து வாசிக்கிறது தான் ஈஸி தேன் ஸ்பீக்கிங், ஐ கெஸ். பட் வெரி ஹாப்பி டு பி ஹியர். அண்ட் நிறைய ரிவ்யூஸ் இந்த புக்கை பற்றி படிச்சுட்டு இருந்தேன். லுக்கிங் ஃபார்வர்ட் டு get my copy. I have my copy, and what a wonderful start for this evening. Unnikrishnan sang really beautifully well. அவங்கள பார்க்கும்போது எங்களுக்கு இன்னும் இன்ஸ்பிரேஷனாக இருக்குது, நல்லா ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும்னு தோணும். Thank you. And I wish Malaji all the very best and many more to come. Thank you.
Thank you for having invited me on stage, and congratulations to the Mahesh family and Mala. I can understand when your daughter says how tough it must have been for you to have written this over 10 years. As a mother myself, I know what it is. And to dedicate 3 hours sincerely every day, congratulations to you, and to come out with a finished book. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and lovers of literature, people who enjoy books, friends of the Mahesh family, great musicians on the stage, my dear friends. Writing a book is no easy feat, because you take a piece of paper, the first few lines come out. By the time you finish the paper, you're convinced it is not so good. Talk about subjects like, there's this famous Matru Suktam by Shankaracharya, where he, who after losing his mother, Astam Tavadiyam Prasudi Samaye Durvarashulavyatha Nairuchyam Tarshoshanam Malami Sayyasa Sambalsari Ekasya Pina Garbhabhara Bharana Kleshasya Garbhabhara Bharana Kleshasya. This is something, is such a important aspects, but it is swept aside, it's not discussed, and it requires the courage of a woman to write about the real agony and the pressure that this can bring about. And in psychological terms, as your daughter is a practicing psychologist, IVF treatment actually induces a lot of trauma, of emotional trauma for things. It inflames the emotions of people. So all these things that you have written has solid psychological backing, as well as your own personal research. So I do hope that you write more novels and continue writing, and please write about men also. Please write about, please write about music. We are all fascinated by music, and we know all of you are fascinated by music. And do hope that you make this into a film and should be seen by a larger number of people. Thank you.
Mrs. Aruna, Sairam, Mr. Rajiv, Menon, all in the dais, Dr. Mahesh, Unni, all of you. Rajiv, sorry, I'm a writer, I'm not a speaker, so that explains this paper. So, thank you so much for coming to my book launch, and thank you all for your kind words and encouragement. The idea for this book, Padma, came from the stories my grandparents said about their lives in the villages. My party, she's 99 years, is a compassionate and an excellent storyteller. She told me about a woman, my ancestor, who endured endless humiliation and harassment because she couldn't conceive. And this lady was targeted by her family just for this one reason. I faced a lot of challenges while writing this book. One, of course, was time. While I managed to finish the first draft by 2014, my work and other responsibilities slowed the editing process. However, it was my dream to publish the book, so I pushed myself to sit through the bleak days of the lockdown and got to the finishing mark. Another challenge was making up fictitious name for villages in Kerala. No matter what Malayali sounding name I came up with, that place already existed. The strong, loving character of Sheshadri, Padma's husband in my book, was inspired by my grandfather. He was big-built, imposing, a little terrifying when he got angry. And the children we used to call him Bam Boom because he had a loud voice. He was also affectionate and generous. And he had his own way of showing his love for my grandmother, which would actually embarrass her and make her blush. So, as I researched for my novel, I was a bit surprised that the taboo surrounding infertility still exists globally. One of the main reasons for the stigma is that the subject is not well understood or talked about. As a result, those struggling with the issue, especially women, struggle alone. At one end of the spectrum, there are people who pass snide remarks and judge the women for her lifestyle choices, even if the problem lies with the man or with both of them. While on the other hand, there are some of us, me included, who have become so conscious of saying something wrong or saying something hurtful that we quickly change the topic when this thing comes up. But our sympathetic expressions on our face could be equally damaging. So I added another character, Naina, set in present-day Mumbai, to make the story more relevant to current times. While the problem these two women face are the same, the way it manifests in their lives, affecting them and their loved ones, are unique to their times. However, both are victims of patriarchy. For Padma, it was insults and accusations from jealous relatives who enforced unfair rules and societal standards on her. While Naina had a lot of resources at her disposal, a past secret seeped in misogyny threatened to be her undoing. While our society should be ideally supportive and non-judgmental, it's not always the case today, let alone in 1900s. So how can we help people like Padma and Naina, insensitively termed as barren, to move forward in life, to have your full support all the way from writing, editing, and now promoting Padma? You all equally deserve the credit for bringing this story. Love you very much. I'm also thankful being Unnikrishnan. We call Unni, Unnikrishnan, Team Silver Tree, who worked along with Mahesh to make this Chennai launch a success. And sitting here, all here and down ahead, are a group of warm, generous people who have come here just to cheer me on. I'm so grateful for your love and friendship. Thank you all so much. Please join me in giving my friends and family a big hand. I hope you all enjoy your journey with Padma and Naina. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Thank you very much and have a good evening. Thank you.
Super Saravana Store Summer. Kodaiku coolai cotton sarees. Yes. Schoolukku smarta uniforms. Yes. Travel bags. Yes. Holiday dresses. Yes. Super Saravana Store Summer.
சூப்பர் சரவணா ஸ்டோர் சம்மர் கோடையை கொண்டாடலாம்.